Everyone, so this is my August favourites video and I'm pre-recording this because I'll be away by the time you'll be seeing this video, but I still wanted to make sure that I got it out there for you. And I haven't got tons and tons of favourites, but I've got some pretty good recommendations here for you. So I'm going to start with, let's do skincare first. This is the Nip and Fab Glycolic Fix Treatment Exfoliating facial pads. Basically, I'm not going to try and elaborate it too much. They look like this. They're slightly textured and they really make your skin kind of appear smoother and more radiant. I've been using these every morning, not so maybe sometimes kind of every other morning, depending on if I fake tanned or not, because they do kind of make your tan fade a little bit more, but they just smooth everything over and they make your skin much more susceptible to anything else you put on it, I find. So I've been really enjoying these. I got them on offer for about £8. I think normally they're about 12, but you get 65 pads and 60 pads in here, sorry, which I think is pretty good anyway. So it's kind of, you know, 2 months worth if you're using them daily, so that's not too bad at all, I don't think. Then let's do hair care, body care, that kind of thing. This is the L'Oreal Elvive Extraordinary Oil Summer Saviour Nourishing Mask. I really like this. I just picked it up because it was on offer, kind of not expecting too much, but you can see it's kind of like a solid, I wouldn't go as far as saying it's a balm texture, but it's very solid. It's not one of those kind of runny hair masks, and it just moisturizes your hair really well and leaves everything feeling really soft and nourished, but without weighing your hair down. I would buy this again, actually. I think it's really nice and really inexpensive, and I like the packaging. I think it looks cute. Then I've got a razor that's been my favourite, and I know this sounds very odd, but this is the Venus kind of, I think they call it the Snap and Go, the little miniature razor. I've got a couple of these and they are great for travel because they're so tiny and they come in this little self-contained thing, so they're amazing. But the shave that these give is a much kind of smoother, closer shave than your average razor, and I think it's something to do with kind of the flat angle in which it moves. I don't know, I just find that they work a lot better, and they're just so dinky and cute, and they're really easy to use, and they just make you feel really smooth. And I think they are at the moment on offer. I saw them in Wilko's. You got one of these and 3 blades, I think, for £10, whereas normally that alone is £10 in Wilko's. It might have been Wilko's or maybe Savers, one of those, but I would recommend picking those up because they're really good. Then I've got a body care favourite, and this is the Soap and Glory Smoothie Deep Moisture Body Milk. I picked this up when I was at a car boot sale recently because she was selling a bunch of Soap and Glory stuff and I'd never tried it. I'm not super keen on the scent of it, I have to admit. It's kind of, let me remind myself, it's kind of, I think it's got oats in it and it smells oaty to me. Let me double check. Yeah, it's got almonds, cocoa, yogurt, oats and honey. You can smell the oats, and I'm not a fan of that type of smell, but it's inoffensive. It doesn't kind of linger on the skin for too long, and it makes your skin feel so soft. And my skin's been quite dry recently, especially on my legs, and this has helped tremendously to just even everything out and make my skin feel nice and nourished again. So I've been using this every night and it's really nice. Then what else do we have here? This well, these are kind of a duo, shall we call them, so I like keeping these together. But it's the Rimmel Lasting Concealer. I think maybe I mentioned this in my previous favourites now, I'm not sure. If I did, I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself, but no, I didn't mention it with this, I don't think. And this is the Real Techniques foundation brush, pointed foundation brush. I never ever used this, never used it for foundation. Too small, kind of just too fiddly, not my cup of tea. But for concealer, for concealing pigmentation, this works beautifully. And the Rimmel concealer is nicely pigmented, it's kind of pretty high coverage, and what I do is just get a little bit on this brush and just kind of, not rub it, but kind of pat it onto the affected area. I didn't do this today because this brush is still wet because I washed it last night. So I just did it with my fingers today. That's why you can probably see the pigmentation peeping through a little. But this covers it really nicely and makes it look really kind of flawless. It doesn't cover it 100%, but it does a pretty decent job of it. Then the last two kind of makeup, well, lip product favourites, I've got one more makeup favourite, are both from Revlon. Happens to be one of my favourite brands for lip products, and this is the lip butter in Juicy Papaya. And I wasn't a fan of that many of the lip butters, but this colour I just love. It's just this kind of lovely orangey peach, and it's just really, really pretty. I've worn it loads this month and I've really enjoyed it. And then the other one is a similar colour actually, and it's the Revlon Colour Stay Moisture Stain in the shade Miami Fever. Very, very pigmented. It kind of looks almost like a neon orange, but I'll swatch it here for you. It is very, very bright. I love these types of orange shades. I know that men don't like these types of shades. I've gotten a few weird looks from guys when I've been wearing these types of lip colours. My boyfriend doesn't particularly mind it, but like other men that I know, and but I really like it, really flattering. It's not necessarily a stain, it's more kind of like a gloss that stains your lips slightly type of thing. They're an unusual product, and some of the colours I didn't like. This colour I do like, so it kind of, they do vary, but this colour I do recommend. And then I have got this little palette. Now I haven't played around with this enough to be able to recommend all the shades in here. It's the Makeup Revolution Ultra Contour Palette, and I know this will kind of be really popular with a lot of you who are really into contouring. It looks like this. I have been using some of the contour shades, but kind of not enough to really review them properly. But this highlighter shade here has been so lovely, and I didn't put any on deliberately so I could show you in this video, and I've been using this Revolution brush with it, which is the Pro C FH1. It's kind of cut in a really unusual way, but it fits the tops of your cheekbones really nicely. So I'm just going to get a little bit of that colour, and you can kind of have a little bit more if you're going for a stronger evening look. And then just on the tops of my cheekbones. Not sure how well kind of we'll be able to pick it up on camera, but if I move around maybe. And it's just so pretty and subtle and warm without being too golden, but it really does give a lovely sheen. I really, really like that. So I've been using that pretty much daily. I've been really into highlighting, and that's everything that I've been loving. Now I've got one disappointing product, and this is the Garnier Ambre Solaire No Streaks Bronzer Self Tanning Dry Face Mist. I don't know if maybe I'm using this wrong, or first of all, it doesn't give a particularly dark colour on your face at all, and I can't seem to get it to kind of go on evenly. It tends to settle on the centre of my face, so it makes the centre of my face look really tanned, and then you go like that and here looks really white, and it's like, if anything, you'd want it to be the other way around. So I'm not quite sure why it does that. Like, please let me know if you've used this and kind of your experience with it. Maybe put it on a cotton pad and then kind of swipe it all over. In my head I was like, it's just going to be a quick mist and I'm going to have like a kind of warmer complexion. It's not really worked for me. I've tried it kind of in lots of different ways. I've tried reapplying it a couple of times. That was awful. It just made the centre of my face look a really weird colour, and just really didn't like it. But apart from that, I haven't got any random favourites this month. I haven't really been watching very much. I'm trying to think of films I've watched this month. This month nothing has really stood out to me. But I know maybe I mentioned this in previous videos that I wasn't really liking the new season of True Detectives, but I watched the last 2 episodes last night and I think that the last 2 episodes were really good. Up till that point it had lost me. I didn't know any of the names of any of the characters. The names of the kind of bad guys were confusing. I genuinely was watching it and I wasn't quite sure what the story was. But with the last 2 episodes, they kind of tied it in. It had a bit of a plot twist. I really like how it ended, and it was funny because the 2 people who I didn't think were going to give as good a performance as they did were Rachel McAdams and Vince Vaughn. I love Vince Vaughn. I think he's just super cool, and I had to Google last night how tall he was because I just kept looking at him standing next to Colin Farrell and I was like, he must be really tall, or Colin Farrell must be really short. So I googled it and he's 6'5". It's really tall. So anyway, yeah, going off on an irrelevant tangent, but I thought he was quite good in it. I liked his character. He was just kind of, I won't talk about it too much because I don't want to spoil it if you haven't watched it yet, but kind of the end, his end scene I thought was just quite apt for his character, and he was quite a cool guy. Rachel McAdams' character in it was lovely. I thought she was really, really good. She was kind of very troubled and tough, and it was just an unusual character for a female to play, I thought, kind of, because she was quite complicated and dark almost. So I really liked that, and I like how the story ended for her as well. I thought that was really nice. So yeah, I want to talk about it and say exactly what happened, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But yeah, those last 2 episodes were very, very good. Persevere until the last 2. The last 2 are good, and it does tell the story, and nowhere near a patch on the masterpiece that was season 1, but still, you know, okay. So that's everything. YouTubers this month and everything. I don't think I've discovered anyone new. I've been watching a lot of my usuals, which are Lisa D1, Miss Ginger Beauty 2013, a lot of Michaela's vlogs I've been watching as well, because they've moved house and I need to do a lot of kind of stuff to my house. Like, I've bought some drawers that I need to start putting stuff in, and at the moment the stuff's just piled next to the drawers because I haven't had time to do it, but that's been quite fun. So yeah, I'm going to love you and leave you now, and I will see you next time. Bye.